Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. I hope you're all well and that you all had a wonderful weekend. And Hamed or Jamed, 123, welcome. I think you're new here, Curious. And Simon, I know you've been here before. Thank you for being here today. And Deetpool, welcome. And Vavavos. Curious Crane, that's it. I remember you. Yes, and Simon, Jose, the Wizard, Cashman, you're right on time today. Manny, 46, welcome. Oh, thank you for the super heart, Simon. Very appreciated. Very appreciated. Commander Onion, David, how you be? And Jake is back. He is back today. Mountain Grow. Yes, and Privyet. And I think I feel, oh, yes, it's highly misunderstood. Yes, it is. So we are going to talk about bipolar. I had someone here last week who wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to have a little time to do a little research. Hi, Dolly, because I'm a marriage and family therapist, so I deal mostly with the relationship issues. That's my specialty. So it's a little bit out of my scope, but I know enough about it that I can talk here and answer as many questions as I can. So I will wait a couple of minutes. I will introduce myself, and then we'll get right into the topic. Now, I'm going to get into the topic, and while I'm talking about it, I won't be saying hi. Hi, Artsy. Only when you're coming in the beginning, I'll be saying hello, how are you, welcome. But once I start talking the topic, I know I've had some complaints that I keep stopping and going and stopping. Hi, Sean. And that's true. I do that because I really want to welcome everybody here. And that's just kind of how I roll. But if I am talking about something, it can be distracting for the people listening, especially if they had a question. So Embaldo, welcome, and Tier. So yeah, so my name is Rosanna. You guys know that. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a master's in psychology from Antioch University. You're bipolar 2. Okay, I know there's 1 and 2, and maybe you can shed some light on the difference between the two. I didn't get too much into that. I thought it was just going to be a little bit too complicated. I'm grateful you spend time here and get complaints with my scope. Yeah, so you know how it is. So I'll do the best I can. So bipolar, no, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, Bandit. I deal with relationship issues and general issues. Hi, Jaja. It's not real. Don't listen to this loon. Okay, all right, bye-bye. I will just block that person. He doesn't want to listen to this loon. Hey, you know what? I'm going to start calling myself a loon. I kind of like that name. I like loons. They're like birds, aren't they? So, yeah. So this is your loon for today. And the loon is going to talk about bipolar disorder. But, you can ask other questions as well. I know. A loon. I think it's pretty funny, actually. Some of the trolls are actually pretty funny. They just are distracting. So you deal with the haters, and oh my God, I know they're just a waste of time, aren't they? But poor little things. My family struggles with BP. Oh wow, so borderline personality and bipolar too. It can be genetic. It could run in the family. So that's one thing that I learned over my research. So this disorder affects 3 million people in the U.S. That's a lot. Yes, Cashman, yes. It can be very destructive. I'll talk more about it. Not full mania, but just hypomania with extreme depression. Oh, Sean, are you taking medication? Because there is medication for this. Okay, so bipolar disorder was originally known as manic depression. Patient-therapist relationships. Okay, ask that question at the end, okay? Lithium, yes. Ask that question. Hi, John. I'm going to just go through the topic as much as I can, and then we can ask questions. Okay, so like I said, 3 million cases per year in the U.S. That's a heck of a lot of people suffering from this. And it is a horrible thing. My brother is bipolar as well. He started self-medicating, and that's one of the things that people can do is start self-medicating. And then there's drug abuse, alcohol abuse. Yeah, he talked about it. Yeah, I'm bisexual. Okay, all right, that's fine. And welcome, Brad. So bipolar, like I said, was known as a manic depression. It used to be known. You've learned how to manage it, okay? So equals kind. I already give. Thank you, John. Okay, so bipolar knows affects the mood and energy levels of a person. Can you imagine always being? And I'm going to go over the symptoms in a second of the manic episodes and of the depressive, because there's two whole different sets of mi parece automática this. See, he's saying, Jose is saying that his father does the self-medication too. So yes, okay. So anyway, so the symptoms of bipolar include the manic states of ecstatic nature, right? So I'm going to go over the periods of the manic episode, okay? So if you have been diagnosed and are suffering from this, you're probably going to be very familiar with these symptoms, okay? So you may experience, let's do except for my brother. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, so a long period of feeling high. Now, this is the manic state, okay? So there's manic depressive, bipolar. And I don't know, hi, Seth. I don't know too much about the 1 and the 2, bipolar 1 and the bipolar 2. I need to do a little bit more research on that. Yes, it is nothing to say flippantly. That's right. No, This is a very serious condition, and it affects the person in a very difficult way. And it could actually ruin relationships. It is not a laughing matter at all. So here's the manic symptoms. See if anybody has this. And I know you have to have it for your bipolar 1. Okay, so maybe you, who was the other one that said, oh, Sean Mushi has bipolar 2. So you have bipolar 1 and he has bipolar 2. Can bipolar start at any age? You know what? I'm not gonna say yes or no because I'm not sure, but I'm gonna look into that, okay? That I'm not sure. My answer, I wanna say yes, it could start at any age, but I'm not sure, so I don't wanna say the wrong answers. Two, there's bipolar 1 and bipolar 2, okay? So a long period of feeling high, you know, you're overly elated, you're happy all the time, and you're in a very outgoing mood. Now, if you were to meet somebody at this moment when they're like this, you would think, oh my God, they're just great. They're so happy. They're just in a good mood. But what you don't realize is they may be in the manic state of a bipolar disorder. It sounds well, it could sound enjoyable, but did anybody see? Yes, it could say dormant. What are the drugs for this to see? I think lithium is one of them, but I gotta look more. Studies of the children. Oh wow. Okay, so studies is as early as 4 years old, and they could be the life of the party. Absolutely. How's I don't know about Paxil. Yes, extreme feelings can be considered bipolar? Yes, hotspot. If you're going from manic to depressive and back and forth, I would say that there is a chance that there is bipolar there. Did anybody see Mr. Jones, the movie Mr. Jones, starring Richard Gere? And in that movie, don't know about OxyContin, but if you're down doesn't mean you're depressed. Well, it looks like a depressive. Let me go over the manic symptoms, okay? So you feel during the manic symptoms, even though they're very joyful and high all the time, they also can be very irritable, okay? They're very easily distracted. These are all the signs that my brother had. I think he's taking medication now. Having racing thoughts. You can't concentrate on something. You're very distracted and your thoughts are racing all the time. It is not enjoyable. Hypersexual, destructive, impulsive choices. You could lose your home if you're, I don't know if you saw Mr. Jones, lead to the demise. Yes. And this is all in the manic phase, okay? So now there is medication, like epilepsy. I'm not sure. The people that take medication, but if they're not, a lot of people like the feeling of being high and just enjoy and just doing all these things that could lead you to trouble. And so they don't like to take the medication because it kind of mutes their symptoms. So for them, they don't take the medication. And so what happens? They go into the manic depressive mode. Became bipolar after. Oh, wow. You know what? I can see how that would happen. Brain injuries are very, very serious. Okay. Yes. So that's what, in that movie, Mr. Jones with Richard Gere, he was manic depressive. Bonjour, bonjour, bienvenue. He was, and he would just do crazy things. But when he was manic, he was very attractive. His personality was just shining, and became bipolar after a bad acid trip. Really. It's a reminder that they need a constant mental health routine. Yes, it is a reminder. That movie was really good and kind of gave an idea of, he went to a psychiatrist, kind of gave an idea of what he went through. Okay, so there is, you're talking very fast all the time. You are jumping from one thought to the next. Well, hot spice, it could be, like I said, somebody had a brain injury. Somebody said it happened when they were 4 years old. When I struggle with that routine, it takes constant. Now, what medications are you taking, Curious Crane? Is that Richard Due still alive? He would be like 80 now. Richard Gere? No. Richard Gere is not 80. No, heck no. But aren't we all mental on some level? And not with, this is like a mental illness. This is like a very serious mental illness. It can be treated, okay? He's probably in his 50s or 60s, I would say. No, I don't even think 70s. So talking a lot of new projects. You're going to start this. You're going to start that project. Jumping from one thing to the next, okay? Restlessness. Oh my gosh, you have so much energy. And this is the part that people with bipolar don't want to get rid of. Your sawloft, okay. This is the part that people don't want to get rid of. It can be treated. It can be treated. It cannot be cured, okay? Patty Duke. Do you guys remember Patty Duke? She was in a lot of movies. I haven't seen Patty Duke in forever. I'm not even sure if she's alive. But she was bipolar. And she was able to take medications and take Xanax. Romantic is happy, depressive is sad. Yes, that's right. Okay? It all causes insomnia. A nutshell, you could say the mood swings, so surgery would be peaking very high and very low. Yes. So this is exact. Oh, she died years ago. Yeah, I liked her a lot. She did the movie with the twins, remember? Okay, Kim Bandit, you're distracting me. I'm going to mute you. Bye-bye. Carrie Fisher was bipolar. There are a lot of people that have come forth and said that they are bipolar. And it is managed, like Jaja said. It is managed. Princess Leah, yes, exactly. So you never feel tired. You could be up all night during the manic phase. You could be up all night writing, being creative, and doing everything you want to do. You have boundless energy. You're not tired. And you realistically believe that you can do something. For example, in the movie Mr. Jones, Richard Gere, the guy who played the main person, was up on top of a building, a construction site, and he was walking dangerously so on a very small little beam. Okay? Yes, Catherine Zeta-Jones is bipolar as well. They can be delusional. And this is what happened. He was walking on this little thing on the construction site, but he was very, very, you met him like that, you would like fall in love with this guy because he was just very charming and could do a lot of stuff, okay? Their self-esteem is inflated. So they're over the top. They think they are the cat's meow, the next best thing to sliced bread. Very high self-esteem during the manic phase. But also very agitated, okay? Well, it's a mental disorder, John. It's a mental illness. Robert De Niro, I don't know one fin fan if he is or not. I'm not sure. It could be due to a chemical imbalance. I don't know what causes it, but it could be hereditary. That's one of the things, okay? So, chemical imbalance, maybe hereditary, okay? High sex drive, hypersexual, as we talked about just a few minutes ago. Very directed on a goal. So you have a goal and you're very, very focused on it. Robin Williams may have been, and he was very depressed, so he could have gone, and he would fit the mold of that because he was like a comedian and would be all over the place in his, joke Nemo. Maybe Nemo is bipolar. I don't know. Nemo, stop. He's in the manic phase right now. So he became very depressed and committed suicide. Okay. Also, both of your siblings. Oh my gosh. And borderline personality is a very serious thing as well. Bipolar disorder can be very, very disruptive because a lot of people, I know, degrees of bipolar. I think that if you are taking medication, you can manage the symptoms. But you heard all those symptoms for the manic. That's just the manic phase. I think your brain slows down and speeds up GABA transmitters in the brain. That makes sense, but I'm not going to say 100% because remember, this is not my expertise, but I wanted to address it and talk about it, and I actually learned a lot from this, okay? You lose friends because imagine you're, hyper 1 minute and then you're depressed the next, and you're so like, come on, let's go to Vegas. I wanna spend my money, or you spend somebody else's money, and you have no filter to stop yourself because it's all very impulsive. Okay, that's why you've got to take the medication, but they don't. People with bipolar in the manic phase, they don't want to take the medication because imagine having that much energy, being that sexually driven, being that goal oriented. Imagine that. Seroquel, no, I don't know that, Bababos. Is it all or nothing, and there are different degrees? You know what? I think there are. Let me talk to Curious Crane and Sean and Jaja. Do you know if there are different degrees or if it's pretty much black and white is how long the phases last? Borderline personality and the bipolar, manic depression. Okay. Well, if you start seeing these symptoms, I bet Kelly knows. Oh, hey, Kelly. Yeah, I haven't seen you in forever. Where have you been? Ever. I mean forever. Each case is different degrees. Okay. So each case is different. There might be some people that have it's like a gradient maybe to you where you go to the top and you're really serious, and the differences between. Wait, are you kidding? You and Kelly actually got engaged? Harry, is that true, or are you making that up? Kelly, is this true? Okay. I thought, all right. Okay, no. There's 1 and 2. 1 is stronger. Yes, I thought that. And sad sometimes, but if I can catch, okay, it's different. If you're feeling sad sometimes and sad and happy sometimes, that's normal behavior, John. We're talking these extreme symptoms. Now, let's go over the depressive symptoms. And you do have to have these for a certain amount of time. I think, I want to say a couple of years, but I don't want, okay, I don't want to make sure, I want to make sure I give the right time. I know there is a certain amount in the DSM. Let me see if I have it written here. I'm very close, but in a mood disorder, and the other person, no, thank you. Yeah, it is a mood disorder, and it affects your relationship with your partner, with your friends. Hi, Tiny Joy. It affects your relationships, period. And now if you are self-medicating, thank you. If you are self-medicating, imagine that. And that's what my brother did. My brother became a drug addict, and he started self-medicating first with alcohol and then with prescription medication. I mean, he did, I think, go to the doctor and get diagnosed with bipolar, but, I don't know if he was taking his medication. I got divorced. Okay, so there we go. Jaja is basically validating what I said, that it ruins your relationship. This Trump, I don't know. Okay, so depressive symptoms, what are they? You're feeling sad, tearful, hopeless, or empty. Okay, so you go from the manic phase, and now you go, I heard that. And now you go into a depressive state. They are like night and day, okay? Especially if you're not taking your medication, okay? So this is on a daily basis, just where for those with bipolar, this is on a daily basis. You're feeling the sadness and this just depression, okay? You have no pleasure in anything in your life, okay? Yeah, he's got a narcissistic person. I wonder if it has to get you older to get prone to more else. You know what? I think that I know young people that have bipolar disorder. It's not just like you're older and you have it. Borderline personality. No, borderline personality is different than bipolar disorder. Okay, you were diagnosed at 33. Okay, and what were the symptoms that you were experiencing, Sean, that got you to go to the doctor? Were you in the manic phase? Oh, thank you, Just For. Yes, I hope you subscribe to my channel, you guys. I'm almost to 250 now. 250. I got 3 more to make it to 250 subscribers. Yes. I will be 1/4 of my goal to 1,000. Okay. Bipolar can come at any age. So imagine now you're feeling no pleasure in your life. Your weight fluctuates. You can just go up and down. It's like the yo-yo, right? You're very restless and your behavior is very slowed. Okay. Yes, severe depression. You may be having feelings of guilt and worthlessness. It's like, why? And this is where a person could become suicidal during this, that depressive state, okay? You have no energy. You're feeling fatigued all the time. And now you could have, in a severe case, which was when I was here last, you were setting it up. Oh, it's on, Jake. Go subscribe. It is on. Yes. YouTube is on, you guys. Yes, so when you're high, you're extra high. And when you're low, you're extra low. Yes, bipolar and mood swings. It's pretty much the same thing. Mood swings, if they're severe enough and they last for a certain amount of time, then you probably have, because it is a mood disorder, then you have bipolar disorder. Okay? Okay. Yeah, okay, I've been in the hospital 5 times. Okay, so why were you in the hospital 5 times? During your depressive state. Coming to the person would get energy instantly. Well, for survival, yeah, it's a fight or flight or freeze response, right? Maybe working out level of the moods. Okay. I wouldn't say it's a situational. This is a pretty serious thing. I used to have a bipolar client, yes. Actually, I had a couple of bipolar clients, and I had a borderline personality client. Borderline personalities scare me because these people that I had, these clients, were really nice to me, but when something didn't go their way, they went the other way. They went to the dark side, and it would be like, be careful. They could go scratch my car. Yes, suicidal. Okay, yes. And what happens on the depressive side? You could also experience psychosis. Okay, so you actually become detached from reality in some cases during the depressive state. So, and kind of like I was talking about in my last YouTube episode, kind of like the high function depression, when you lose interest in daily life. By high functioning depression, which was the topic of the last YouTube that I did, is more of a low grade type of depression, and you don't go from joy to sadness and joy to sadness. It's pretty just a low grade chronic depression all the time. Okay. Yeah, I believe people will see angels. Yeah, this thymia is what I talked about last Friday on my YouTube. Exactly. So that's also called persistent depressive disorder, but they call it now, kind of the trendy thing is high functioning depression, because you can function in your life and you are struggling on the inside, but you may seem fine on the outside. Just think everyone's against her. Yeah, so that maybe had a little paranoia there. And you do have a lot of anxiety and uncontrollable crying. Yes. Hi, Saad. So these are the depressive symptoms, okay? These depressive behaviors can interfere. Low functioning depression. Hi, Allie. Yes, that's high functioning depression I talked about on my last YouTube last Friday. What if they force themselves to go jogging? I suppose they could force themselves to go jogging, but I don't know if during depressive, at the worst of your depressive state, that you're going to be able to do that. Okay, so it makes you feel like an outsider. I would say so, because you feel out of sorts in your life. Now imagine you're feeling out of sorts with other people, and if other people on the outside don't understand what you're going through, Just like I talked about in my video, they may think, what's wrong with her? She's always depressed. She's always so gloomy, because they don't understand that they are actually suffering inside. When you say depression is a disease, I would say more, I don't know if I call it a disease, more like a mood disorder. Yes. You hide by smiling. Yes, and that's kind of the high functioning depression I talked about on my video last week. Yes, the high functioning depression. You are trying to appear normal on the outside, and inside you are crying and you're struggling, but you think it's normal because it goes on for so long. The people that say yes, because they don't understand it. That's why last week's video, I really wanted to kind of explain what people go through, so that the person, if they know them, they can say, oh, now I understand. It's all you know. So you think that's going to be part of your life forever. And so if you haven't watched that video, that's on the YouTube now. It is called State of Depressiveness, and it's about high functioning depression. Okay. I feel then they're like, oh, okay. Oh, so you have to actually explain to them. What is your diagnosis, Allie? Okay, so they can interfere with your schoolwork if you're going to school. Good jogging. Studies say weightlifting is just as good as jogging for people who don't like running. Oh, weightlifting is very good for your bones. It's any weight-bearing exercise. Okay, it can actually mess with your family, your personal relationships, and your social functioning. Also, if you are suffering from medicine helps shorten the depressive episodes. Oh, good. Well, good. So what medicine are you taking, Sean? Bipolar, one on Prozac. She goes insane with that Prozac. Oh, so you're taking, hers is taking Prozac. Okay. Oh, yes. Clinical depression. When did the depression start for you, Allie? And your work. So it affects cured a person with severe depression in life. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yes, so the inner thoughts that you have are, remember, they're racing thoughts all the time, and you jump from one thing to the other, and especially during the manic phase. During the manic phase, everything is possible. You are Superman. You can jump off a building and fly during the manic phase, right? So, yeah, I doubt that too. Yeah, this is not something that's curable, and I don't care how great Tony Robbins is. He is not a magician, okay? Lithium and homeopathic supplements. Okay. So if you are suffering, it can overlap. Oh, yeah, I would think that they could. Years later, person is still happy. Yeah, he probably didn't have bipolar disorder. It's managed, not cured. And I want you guys to understand that. It is managed. This is managed. It is a lifelong. This is not like what I talked about on my video. This is not high-functioning depression, where that's all that is. It's just a high-functioning, chronic, low-grade depression that usually lasts about a couple of years. That's not the same thing. That can be treated. You can do therapy. You can talk to a therapist, and you can take some steps to get better. This is different, you guys. This is a diagnosable illness that people go through, and it's very serious. You need to go to the doctor. If you have experienced all those manic episodes and the depressive episodes, and you've gone back and forth, then definitely you need to go to the doctor. If you are so depressed you don't know what's happening, and a week later you are like going to Vegas and spending all your money, there is something wrong there, okay? I would get sudden extreme fear, weakness. Oh, thank you, Paul. When did you come in, Paul? I didn't even see you. Surfer's Lamotrine. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Escitalopram and Savella. Okay. Gel, they thought bipolar didn't get manic. Oh, okay. Okay. So everybody's different. Each case is individual, okay? If you're suffering from bipolar disorder and undergoing a depressive episode, it is not the result of substance abuse, medications, and underlying medical conditions, a stressful situation, such as the grieving loss, okay? So if you are suffering a depressive episode, and it's not because someone in your family died, or you lost your home, or you're in a stressful situation, but it's just nothing is happening, and you're just feeling just really depressed, and you have all these symptoms, and they're just going on, then yes, you need to go to a doctor, because a person that has a good family and no stress, they are living, they're working, and they're feeling this depressed, then there's something going on there. Okay, this is what you got to keep in mind when you go to the doctor, because bipolar depression can be treated and managed. But I have only depression, no OCD, no bipolar depression. Okay, so yeah, so if you have just the depressive side of it, now how long have you had it, and what are your symptoms? Because like I said, you could be suffering from high functioning depression, or you could actually be in the depressive side of bipolar disorder. I'm blinking. Oh my God. Okay, so this is what I have for you here today, and I'm very interested to see how well the people here that has shared that they have bipolar disorder. I'm very interested to see what is the biggest challenge that you experience from having this, because it isn't a pretty thing to go through. Used to last 2 to 3 weeks, now with medicine. Oh, okay. So now you still get depressed, but now it lasts so much shorter. Okay. So 12 for OCD for depression after my mom got sick with MS. Oh, so that kind of was maybe the trigger for you. Okay. So the trigger for you was when your mom got sick. Okay. That's something. My eye. Oh, God, my eye's been watering all day. Anyway, staying happy for a good while. Okay. Oh, so staying happy for a good while. If you are, well, okay, let's go back to the manic symptoms. You can be happy, but the manic symptoms are over the top. Yes, had something in my eye. It's just as intense but shorter. Okay, the biggest challenge is anything that demands consistency. Oh, okay, because would it be because the manic state, from going from one state to the other, is very hard to stay consistent. So let's say you're into music or painting or whatever, and you're doing this in a manic state, and now, you're going public. Okay, going in the public. Yes, I can see how that would cause anxiety if you're suffering from this. But imagine now if you have this, and it would be hard to be consistent, because if you're going from happiness and you're just ecstatic, and now you're doing something, and now you go into depressive state, then you lose all interest in your daily activities. How long is the manic state? Okay, here we go. The hypomanic episode is distinct and abnormal state of elevated, expansive. I've been doing Periscope for 4.5 years. Or irritable mood that lasts for at least 4 consecutive days. Okay? 4 consecutive days. That's how long it lasts. Would you still feel if everyone turned into a toddler? What? Would you still feel it if everyone turned into a toddler? Oh, if she was still awkward, anxious to go out in public? So yeah, so you have to have them, because I get it, but only 4 hours at a time. Oh, so now do you get all these symptoms or some of these symptoms? And do you ever get into depressive state, or do you stay in the manic mode? Okay. You may not be you may not be bipolar. And the best way to find out if you have any suspicions, now are you mostly in the manic phase or in the depressive phase? Okay. 4 days with the hypomanic period. Okay. That would be more borderline personality. Okay, so it has to be 4 consecutive days. A hypomanic episode has to last for about 4 days. And remember, it's a long period of feeling high, extreme irritability in some cases, distracted, racing thoughts, talking very, very fast, jumping from one thought to the other, always taking out a new project, and never really finishing, because like Ali said, consistency is an issue. So you're always taking on new projects, but not really following through with each one. The restlessness, and then you go from politicians, yeah, and then you go from the restlessness to boundless energy. Talk fast, yes, when you're super busy. Okay. You don't feel tired. So, I mean, there is an allure to feeling like this for the people who are having it because they have energy. They can do so much. And they feel like they can conquer the world during this hypomanic state. But remember, it lasts about 4 consecutive days, and then you crash, and then you go into the depressive episodes, right? Hi, Chu Barker. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay? And the more serious ones are when you're having the delusions and you really separate from reality. I feel odd having more energy at night than the daytime. Oh, but do you have these symptoms? Why this one discovered? But why it was discovered less centuries? What causes the crash? Well, remember, if you're bipolar, it's just part of the illness. You go from one to, you go for both. It's a chemical imbalance, and it goes from one to the other if you are suffering from this. So if you're bipolar and you're doing the manic phase, there's only, well, I would say they don't know exactly. I would say I would even need to even get more information and do more research. I think I have mild bipolar symptoms. Okay, why do you say that? Now, don't think that just because I read these things and you have them for a day or for a couple of hours that you're bipolar. That doesn't mean that. Remember, you have to have it for a certain amount of time. And you can look in the DSM, or you can go online and go up somebody say but she was a Gemini. Oh, sounds like a bipolar. Yes, it does. Biochemical reaction science is still learning about chemicals. Exactly, Ali. Is homosexuality chemical? No. Oh, no. Both of my parents are bipolar. So, okay, Kelly, that's very tough. If both are quadrupolar, I don't even know what that means. So both of your parents, how are you? I mean, did you get bipolar? Do you develop bipolar disorder? Because it could be a hereditary thing. Absolutely. So, so we know that if you are to be that bipolar, you have the manic symptoms and you have the depressive symptoms. Or you are too. Okay, yes. So if somebody in your family has it, just like I talked about in the video for the high functioning depression, chemical imbalance is 1, and family history is 2. Very stressful, devastating situation could cause a low-grade depression. Okay, sure, John. What if you're more in a low? Well, you could be lasting in a low for a while, but this is what you need the medications for, to keep you managed, to keep you at a more even pace. Okay, thank you for asking that, Leslie. I was just told that bipolar 1 is a lot more serious, and I am not sure about the differences, but I got to learn more about that, and I will. But there is, bipolar 1 is more serious than bipolar 2. Does anybody here know the difference, the actual difference between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2? I left a 16-year relationship because they didn't understand and kept telling me, oh yeah, so that's the worst thing. You don't tell somebody, get over it, you don't tell somebody with bipolar or any kind of depression to get over it. That's just not done. Okay, what do you call a bisexual Northern Hemisphere bear? Oh my God, boy, that's funny. With bipolar, but I have more lows than high. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you have bipolar, but you have more of the depressive side. Okay. No, I know, John. Okay. Depression is rough. Yes, very, very, very rough. Only ignorant people would say that. Exactly. Ignorant people say a lot of stuff. Don't say snap out of it. Yeah, you go. Yeah, say go manage it. Yeah, okay. Okay, so in bipolar 1, thank you, Sean. In bipolar 1, the manic episode is worse than in bipolar 2. Okay, what does that mean? I'm sorry, Queen B, I didn't see the question. Bi to depression. Okay, so here we go. There's the thing. So bipolar 1 is the manic is more intense. Okay, I'm writing it down. Bipolar 2, the depressive side is more intense. Okay, thank you, you guys. I wrote it down, and that is good to know. All right. So any other questions about this? What does it mean when I have more lows? It sounds like you could be bipolar 2. So there's a bipolar is just a mood disorder. But on average, what Sean is saying, and he has bipolar disorder, I can relate with both 1 and 2. Okay, so if you have 1 and 2, then you have your typical garden variety bipolar disorder. But if you have bipolar 1, you suffer more from the manic side. And if you have bipolar 2, you suffer more from the depressive side. That means you have it for longer times, right? You know what? I don't want to. I think they're both very disturbing. Everyone's commenting, and I go crazy. I don't know. I don't know how I do that. What are the odds of having? Well, hot spice. You have people with bipolar have both. Okay, they just go from one to the other. Yeah, you can have. Well, if you have regular you know what? I think that maybe for most people, they have one. One is worse than the other. Maybe the manic episode is worse, and the other side, maybe there's just plain bipolar. And then if you're more manic, you get the diagnosis of bipolar 1, and if you're more depressive, you get the diagnosis of bipolar 2. It's just the lows usually cause hypercritical behaviors. Oh wow, okay. A bingo balls, I know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bipolar is miserable. Yeah, my brother has it. My brother is oh my God, we have gone through so much with him. I'd say 80% of the time I'm low. Okay, so that you probably have bipolar too. Yeah. I hope that you're taking medication for it. I feel like I'd rather be bipolar than just depressed. You know what? I know I would hate to have that too. If you're suffering bipolar, I'm very sorry you have to go through and you need to get this. If you're suffering from bipolar, very sorry. I know. Thank you for saying that. I'm not suffering. Weed, okay. They both suck. There's no way out of this. They both suck big time, okay? So check with your doctor, because people here have told me that they've tried lithium, Prozac. What was the other one, Seth, that used to, Sean was saying? Give me some hyperphase. Yeah, but the hyperphase happens to make them bipolar. It's a chemical. It could be caused by a chemical imbalance or a family history. Okay, so you're both bipolar and major depression. Well, the major depression, Callie, is part of the bipolar illness. Okay, lithium, I hear, is very good as well. Okay, diazepam, lorazepam, and diazepam. All right. Let people laugh during the sad faces. Funny movie. Well, the manic phase. Okay, even though it feels like it's very joyful and you're never tired and you've got boundless energy, remember, no, that is not my scope of practice. I did see, when I was working in my internship, I did see several bipolar people, but that's not my expertise. Did you mute me? No, Jaja, I didn't mute you. No way. But just like anything different, people react to meds differently. Yes. So you have to go Seroquel and Clonidine. There's all the different medications that are available for people with this disorder. And whatever rain and bull. Oh my God, it has been, hasn't it? So So whatever you have, whoever you are, your chemical in your body is going to react different to different types of medications. Okay, so if you, I would never mute Jaja. Did you get weight gain from Seroquel? There are people. Thank you for saying that. There are people that do have experience weight fluctuations, and that's one of them with the medications. Okay. And I am not a doctor, so I cannot recommend any kind of medication at all. I am not a psychiatrist, okay? I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. And even this topic is basically out of my scope. I have as much information that I could research for Jaja who wanted to know about it. But you want to go to a doctor who's trained, either a doctor or a psychiatrist who is trained and can prescribe and recommend different types of medication, because I don't know your body. I don't know what could happen. Okay. So yeah, you could increase weight and lose weight based on the reaction to the medication. Okay. So now we know. Does anybody have any questions about? Well, thank you for running. Oh, I'm very glad that I did, and I really learned a lot here. Did someone say they're 80% low and 20% normal daily? Someone said they were pretty much, yeah, the low was really a lot. Weight gain. I do remember, doctor, but she's not really any help as of yet. Okay, you may want to switch doctors then, Queen B. Thank you, Judge. I hope it was helpful. I hope it's what you were looking for. Remember, I'm not an expert on this, but, you know, I provided a form for you. I provided information. They laugh. Yes, people can laugh. When they're in the manic phase, they can laugh and be very joyful and be, you know, on top of the world. Thank you for the, oh my God, Denise, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Boxing MMA, for all this, for the super hearts, you guys. Thank you so much. Remember that what I was talking about in my last YouTube video was the high functioning depression. And that's just different than this. Okay, this is a disorder that you cannot get rid of to show emotion like others without it. Yes, it is different because if you're in the depressive state, you are in the depressive state. Nothing. That's why people with the manic phase don't want to take the medications. My moods, oh yes, it's a mood disorder. People are aware that they're having a manic moment. I think they're just enthralled and happy that they have boundless energy, that they feel like they're on top of the world. Their self-esteem is through the roof. You know, they don't feel tired. They can do anything. That's why the manic state feels so good. But at the same time, let's go gambling. Let's go do this. Let's go spend money on shopping. And you can really destroy your life, even in the manic phase, even though it feels good to have all this energy and to be so joyful. It's dangerous. Talk about it. It's okay to talk to me. All right. Do you have Rain and Bullet? Do you have bipolar disorder? All right. Any other questions before I leave today? And remember that I'm also on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. You guys can go on. Got in debt. Oh my God. Yes. I have that's what happens. The money is spending is terrible. Anyway, check out my YouTube channel, you guys. Thank you, Paul. And subscribe. I am 3 away from 250, you guys. My goal is 500 by the end of the year. I may be reaching a little bit too much, you know. Oh, thank you, Boxing MMA. But check out my YouTube, subscribe, turn on your notifications. There is still a chance to win a free copy of my book, okay? All you have to do, I'm going to announce the winner on the 27th. All you have to do is put subscribe to my channel and then say on the box that you want a chance to win a copy of my book, free autographed. I've had 3 winners that have gotten my book already. 3 winners for the giveaway, okay? So lifestyle, diet, therapy, in addition to medication. Absolutely, yes, you're exactly right. It all plays together. So you want to have a good... keeps your eyes looking up. What keeps your eyes looking up? I missed that. So yeah, it's everything together. You want to have a good diet. You want to get exercise. You want to get your medications. Have family support so that they know what you're going through, and whatever phase you're in, they understand and they can give you the support that you need. But you need treatment for this. This is not something that just goes away. It does not go away. Okay? All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll look for you. Thank you, Paul. I'll look for you on YouTube. Go subscribe, you guys. It's helping me out so I can grow the channel. I'm giving it a year. If I don't see results, then I'm probably going to stop doing a YouTube. But I'm going to give it a year and see. Family support is absolutely very important. So, yeah, exactly. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Oh, I do. I come back here. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, sweet Leslie. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm here from 10:15 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay? Follow me on YouTube, too. Because this coming week, I'm going to talk, this Friday, I'm going to talk about imposter syndrome. That's the topic. I know. So I'm going to talk about imposter syndrome this Friday on my YouTube topic. That's very fascinating. Anyway, so listen on Friday when I put out my new. And for all the other subscribers, thank you so much for all the support I've gotten from you guys. it's invaluable. I can't thank you enough. For all of you who subscribe, who watch my videos, who give me thumbs up, thank you so much, okay? I do not know anything about that topic, and you want to tune in and learn about that topic, okay, Jaja? You want to tune in, okay? All right, thank you guys, and thank you, admin. I will look for you on Wednesday. I'll come back as someone else that day. I'll come back as someone else that day, okay? All right, thank you, Leslie. Gracias, Jaja. I'll see you guys on Wednesday here. And thank you. I really appreciate that. I try. I'm trying to help people, and that's my goal. Okay, so I do it here. I do it on my blog. I do it on YouTube, on Instagram. Just I try to help people in as many venues as I can. All right, you guys go out there and make it a great day, because make every moment count. Right? That's my motto. Make every moment count. And Cred Meanie, you came so late. Okay, you guys. Bye.